What's up, guys? It's me, Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Javier Fortuna versus Antonio Lozada, which will be a 10-rounder in the lightweight division. And this fight will be Saturday, November 21st, from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles, California. And we broadcasted on Fox, sponsored by PBC. And to get into both fighters, Javier Fortuna, fighting out of the Dominican Republic, has an excellent record of 35 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw with 24 big wins coming by way of knockout. He's ranked number 7 by BoxRec. He is among the top 10 lightweights in the world. He only has 2 losses to Jason Sosa when he was defending his WBA world title. It's kind of odd because his 1 KO loss is to Jason Sosa, who's not known for his power, but he was ahead against Jason Sosa by at least 5 points in all 3 judges' scorecards. So it was pretty sad there to see him lose his title, even though he was winning the fight, but he did get caught and stopped in the 10th round. And his second loss was by split decision to Robert Easter Jr. It is not a bad loss at all. And that was sort of his most recent loss. But his last fight, he did pick up a KO victory in the second round over Jesus Cuellar. But he also has many other wins besides his world title wins and interim title wins against some of the top guys in the super featherweight, and lightweight division. But getting into his title reign at featherweight and super featherweight, he won the interim WBA featherweight world title against Patrick Hyland. Then, even though he lost it on the scale, he took on Miguel Zimundo, and he did win by KO in the second round, but he had to lose his interim title on the scale because he missed weight. But then after that, at super featherweight, he won the WBA world title. It was vacant at the time against Brian Vasquez. Sorry about that. And he did defend that title once against Carlos Velasquez by KO. So overall, he's a former world champion, top 10 lightweight, and I'm definitely seeing him edging this fight out, probably by a stoppage in the mid to late rounds. But before I get into Lozada's resume, I'm just saying it clear, as I said before, I do think that Fortuna will win this fight and possibly go on to challenge for a world title, if not an interim world title, in the lightweight division. But Antonio Lozada, fighting out of Mexico, has a record of 40 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 34 wins coming by way of knockout. I mean, and the difference here is that Lozada is ranked number 181 by BoxRec, and he's a former fighter former contender, really, top contender, who's fought some of the top guys, and he's ranked 181. I mean, it's just a huge difference there. More than 170 or so spots differing these two. I mean, Fortuna and Lozada both have very good records, but come on, Lozada. I mean, 181 by BoxRec, and it's kind of, I mean, I was looking at this fight, maybe an even fight, but when you just check their resumes out, I mean, Fortuna, former world champion, 2-time world champion, actually. I mean, and he's ranked number 7 by BoxRec, while Lozada is number 181, so it's just evident there that Fortuna is the better guy, and he'll likely get the victory tonight. But Lozada's defeats are to Roberto Ortiz by KO and Jose Pedraza by KO. He also has a loss by unanimous decision to Ramiro Alcaraz. He did bounce back and beat Alcaraz again by split decision. But then he has one more split decision loss to Marco Rodriguez. But his best win is 100% over Felix Verdejo, giving him his only defeat in the Madison Square Garden Theater by 10th round KO. That was a huge upset there. He was down in the scorecards by a decent amount and then got to 10th round stoppage, dropping him once in the 10th round. But he does have many other decent wins, but just getting into his top fights that he's been in, all 4 of his losses in that Verdejo fight. I mean, I was very surprised in that Verdejo fight, but since then he's been 1 win with 2 defeats since that Verdejo fight. And he's looking to bounce back tonight and get a victory here. But as I said before, I do see that Javier Fortuna will improve to 36-2 and likely challenge for a world title or an interim title soon after getting this victory. And what I see is going to be a sleek knockout win in the mid to late rounds for Javier Fortuna. Even though he's a former 126-pounder and 130-pounder, I do think he can knock out Lozada, as Lozada's been knocked out 2 times of his 4 losses. So, like I said before, my final prediction is that Javier Fortuna will win by KO in the 5th to the 8th round. And yeah, that's really it. I'm in Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.